All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Oh my God. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Sorry, I'm a tad bit late again. I was just wrapping up on not all you can eat Chelsea. I was just wrapping up on the Big Six, the last show. Not on the Big Six Extra, but the one on Turkish's channel. Oh my God. The explosiveness that happened right at the end on the Chelsea segment. Man, that was mad. And then I see this comment over here. Come fast, Miz. That's what she said. That's nasty, bro. That's nasty. Yeah, I just want to quickly touch up on that Big Six. That was mad. Do you know what? As much as sometimes we want to sort of, I don't know, downplay our expectations and our ambitions for this season, whether rightly or wrongly, I think we all have our perception, our perspective. But when you deep it, that's a lot of money that our owners, spent. Like when Shiro actually said, it really hit me. By the way, shout out to Shiro, man. He was killing it. His comments, his articulate nature was excellent to see. When Shiro said Chelsea spent nearly as much as buying a private island, do you know what? That hit me hard. That particular comment hit me hard. That we've done madness. We really have done madness, and I don't even know whether to say it in a positive manner. Like, it is a super team. It is a super team, and yeah, don't get me wrong. There are still players that need to go, but this level of transfer window was unprecedented, man. I've never seen anyone move like that. I've never seen another club do that level of damage. Yeah, Donkey, Matisse got rattled. He really did. But why wouldn't he? I mean, everyone was attacking him. But I think a lot of the rivals, they probably had a bit of a point as well, in the sense that how can you not have expectations of doing better? Like, honestly, the level of players that we brought in, how can you not have expectation? You don't even need, at times, a manager for these level of players. Like, Joao Felix, Enzo, World Cup winner. Joao Felix did really well in the World Cup as well. Then you've got Raheem Sterling, who's a very, very fine player for England. Mudryk, up-and-coming superstar. Badiashile is doing well. Reece James is returning. So it's really now up to Graham Potter, man. It really is now up to Graham Potter to deliver the goods. I get it. There needs to be a gelling period, but the amount of money spent needs a big drive, needs a huge drive. At least coming as close to as possible to that top four. Maybe not get top four. I think top four is going to be difficult to get, but come as close to it as possible. Faltering against Fulham last weekend, that can't happen anymore. I'm sorry. This match coming up against West Ham, Potter's got to find a winner, man. Potter's got to find a winner. And don't forget Nkunku as well. Nkunku coming next season. No other clubs are moving in that manner, man. No other clubs are moving in that manner. I think as much as we want to play it down, as much as I see a lot of comments from you guys every now and then saying, hey, stay patient with Potter, stay this, do that. He's got to deliver, man. He's got to deliver. He has got to deliver. La. The money spent, man. The money spent is ridiculous. Honestly. Potter needs to do stuff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. After 5 minutes, we've got 200 plus people live. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Yeah, I just had to touch up on that Big Six show. That was mad. That was rapid fire. That was dangerous right at the end. But some of the things I think quite legitimate. Okay, today we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea looking for a striker. More money. Chelsea looking for a striker. We are about to spend more money. Look, first of all, is there a need for a striker? Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Are any of these players strikers? Is Havertz a striker? No, we've seen it. Is Joao Felix a striker? Number 9, possibly a false 9. That probably doesn't get the best out of him. You know, Joao Felix is probably better playing with a striker up front, someone that he can feed the balls to. Joao Felix is probably better as a more creative player just behind a striker. Shubra is sharing something. Just bear with me, Shubra. Yeah, I'll get to that. No problems. Nkunku in recent times has also said, I'm going to go through the quotes, he doesn't see himself as a striker. He sees himself someone as a number 10, a creative player just behind the striker. So where does that leave us, ladies and gentlemen? Where does that leave us? Armando Broja is injured for the rest of the season. I don't know how he's going to come back. Honestly, I'm not sure. There's some pictures of him already back in the training, but not obviously outfield training, more sort of in the gym training, weights training. I think I saw a couple of pictures in Chelsea Fifth Stand app. But he's out for the season. God knows how he's going to come back off the back of that, I believe, Achilles injury. Was Armando Broja Achilles? No, he was a knee. ACL, I think, wasn't it? It was a knee injury. David Datra Fofana is someone I want to give him a try. 100%. I want to give David Datra Fofana a massive go. But is he going to play? Is he going to start against West Ham? I would literally put him against West Ham. What's there to lose? Yeah, bro, ACL. Fair enough. Yeah. I don't want to see Havertz in the striker position. It needs to be Broja. It needs to be David Datra Fofana. But is David Datra Fofana is someone that we can rely on to run the show from next season? I guess only time will tell. So and then there's the whole situation of Aubameyang leaving. 100% he's leaving. He's not sticking around. He's already getting abolished. Or he already is abolished, seems like. Definitely from the Champions League, he's abolished. In the Premier League, he's probably not going to see too many minutes. So he's going to go. Lukaku, I don't know. What's the case with Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen? Is he coming back? Is Inter going to buy him? I don't think Inter Milan's going to buy him. So he's going to be back, but he doesn't want to be back with Chelsea. And he's been in awful form this season. He seems disinterested as well with Inter Milan. He's not fit. He doesn't look fit. So we're potentially going to have to spend more. We're going to have to spend more for a striker because I don't think Havertz has got to go as well. If we keep Joao Felix and Nkunku are probably very similar players that play behind the striker. Joao Felix could play potentially on the left as well. No doubts about that. But if we keep Joao Felix, you best believe Havertz got to go. You can't have Havertz, Joao Felix, and Nkunku. You cannot have all three brothers because, from a hypothetical point of view, Havertz is similar to those players as well. Not as good as them, but similar characteristics. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Havertz's new role, Chelsea's German translator. Valan, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Even Ferguson, remember the name, gonna blow. Yeah. And even Mitoma from Brighton is going to be the next big thing. So, means if Kai is starting as centre forward in UCL, then he needs to start in the Prem. Otherwise, we're conceding to Dortmund. Look, I don't like this notion of if he's starting against Dortmund, then he has to start in the Premier League. Look, the bottom line is he's stinking up the gaff up front. He's absolutely stinking it up. And I rather David Dutcher Fofana in the Premier League for the time being, because from the little bits and pieces I've seen, I think he shows some characteristics of a striker, much stronger striker. I know we can't play him in the Champions League, but it is what it is. You're just going to have to roll the dice with Havertz, maybe Joao Felix up front, but I don't know, man. I don't think we should do that with Joao Felix. I think Joao Felix behind Havertz probably a better shout, or maybe both of them up front. But let me showcase something to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. These are some of the news that's been going around. Let's have a look at them right now. So first up, Fabrizio Romano. It's not surprising that Chelsea will explore market for new striker. Aubameyang will leave. So there you go. Oba will leave. So there's that position. Aubameyang will leave. Broya is injured for the rest of the season. God knows how he's going to come back. We don't know. It's a massive question mark. David Dutcher Fofana, is he someone to lead us for next season where there is such massive expectations with all the money that we've spent? Is David Dutcher Fofana the right guy to lead us next season where we have to be one of the title contenders? I'm sorry to say this. With the level of money that we've spent, we have to be one of the title contenders. Whether we win it or not, that's a different story. But we have to be one of the teams challenging for it. Can David Dutcher Fofana be that player? Once again, question mark. So leaves me to believe that there is something in this Fabrizio Romano comment where Chelsea may be exploring a number 9. Nkunku is not a number 9. He's probably going to play behind the striker, but it's too early to know what decision Chelsea will make on who's going to be the right candidate. So Nkunku, and I want to show you some of his comments very soon. Joao Felix is check this out. Joao Felix is 4 shots on target in one game against Fulham, placed second only to 5 of Kai Havertz this month. Joao Felix has taken 4 shots in one game, which was against Fulham, the one that he got suspended in, the one that he got red carded on. And Kai Havertz had 5 shots in the entire month, despite the club playing 6 league matches. In 6 league matches, Kai Havertz has had 5 shots. And the one game, Joao Felix has had 4. So that just shows you that Kai Havertz is definitely not a striker. He definitely ain't a striker. Could Joao Felix probably play as a number 9? He can, but I think it just reduces his abilities to be far more creative. Nkunku is back in training, ladies and gentlemen. Some lovely little footage over here. He's coming back to training. Great to see. I'm keen to see how Nkunku comes back from the injury, which, it's been 10 weeks or so, approximately. So I'm very, very, very interested to see how his comeback is, and that the injury doesn't really, have any residual value on him. And I hope that he comes back pre-injury, where he was absolutely smoking it for Leipzig. Why would you? This is an interesting comment from Vince. I think this is absolutely spot on. Why would you want Joao Felix as false 9? I think he carried the ball and created several openings for Chelsea against Fulham. Why waste that playing him as a 9? His best position remains behind a striker. There you go. Too many players that we have want to play behind the striker. Joao Felix, Nkunku. Now, I don't know. Massive question mark on Joao Felix as well, whether he's going to be a permanent Chelsea player at the end of the season or not. He is on a loan. And as I said, if he becomes permanent, then you best believe Kai Havertz's money is going to be funding Joao Felix's transfer to Chelsea Football Club. Robin Sylvester saying, Miz, you are so deluded if you think Chelsea will be title contenders next season. No, I'm not deluded. Chelsea has to be. I'm sorry. With the level of money that we've spent, Chelsea has to be. With the caliber of players that we've got in, Chelsea has to be one of the title contenders. It's as simple as that. You're deluded for not thinking that way. You're actually deluded to think that with the level of money that we've spent, that we're just going to be some sort of a mid-table team. Tim B, thanks so much for the super chat. If we play his bail, if we pay his bail, maybe we can sign Ivan Toney. That's another player that's getting looked at. But God knows what's going to happen to Ivan Toney, man, with all the charges. He's got about over 250 gambling charges. This is in regards to, let me just pause that. Christopher Nkunku saying, I think that attacking midfield is a position that suits me well, close to the goal behind a striker. That describes me as a player nicely. So I always like playing in this role. There you go. And Nkunku also saying he doesn't want to play as a striker. He wants to play just behind a striker. So potentially we have a problem next season. We probably lack a striker next season. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis on Victor Osimhen's future. I can tell you that Osimhen is not for sale. Our players are in demand, but I don't have to sell anyone. We don't have any debts. De Laurentiis says, look, good luck buying anyone from Napoli. Well, obviously the window's now closed. But even in the summer, Napoli most probably going on to win the Serie A. There's going to be high demand on every single one of their players, and they're going to milk it. You're going to have to pay a premium, absolute premium. And I don't know if Chelsea will be able to do that level of business that we've done in the January transfer window again in the summer window. Because remember, the 8-year contracts, they're finished. You cannot do them anymore. The max contract term you can do is 5 years. UEFA has clamped down on that. We cannot be looking to find a loophole that we did in January, spreading out all our transfer costs over the longer period of the contracts. Back to 5 years again. And you best believe Napoli is going to be charging well over £100 million for Osimhen, even more, well over. Every single one of their players. So forget about Osimhen. It's a dream. It's a dream. If it happens, wow. But I'm not going to sit here and hope that it happens. I think Joao Felix can happen. I definitely think Joao Felix can happen. That's because I think Kai Havertz probably will be sold. So we'll definitely make quite a bit of money out of Kai Havertz. At least 50 mil. I'm thinking at least 50 mil for Kai Havertz, who's still young. Couple of seasons of contract that will still remain at the end of this season. I think his valuation should be at least 50 million. We've already paid around 12, 13 million for Joao Felix. Add another 50 and then plus add some more cash. We'll see. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what's your thoughts? Are we going to be looking for a striker? It makes me think we will. Lukaku, potentially going to have to get rid of him. I don't know if we can loan him out or not, but we're going to have to try and figure a way to get rid of him. But it looks like Nkunku and Joao Felix, if we do keep Joao Felix, and even if it is Nkunku's coming in next season anyway, they're not strikers. They're just not strikers. They're saying it that they're not strikers. Well, at least Nkunku's saying that he's not a striker. Most believe that Joao Felix is better as a number 10 as well, as a creative player. In this upcoming match against West Ham, I don't want to see Joao Felix all by himself up playing as a false nine. I'd rather him getting more involved in midfield and creating stuff for us. Getting that free role. He can go to the wings. He can go in central midfield, sort of attacking midfield, and he can go out to the right side as well. That free role. I feel we need to give David Dutra Fofana. We have to give Fofana an opportunity against West Ham. Which makes me think that a striker is probably necessary come summer. It's mad. All the money that we've spent. We are shameless to ask. We are shameless to ask for more money, ladies and gentlemen. We are shameless. We are shameless to ask for more money. More money needs to be thrown at this squad. Someone saying Vlahovic. Vlahovic is a good shout. I like him as well. And I think Juventus is probably going to be open to selling him, knowing that, they've been hit with 15 points penalty. They're not going to make it to the Champions League. I don't think they will. And they're going to look to sell. And Vlahovic, hopefully we can pick up on a bit of a cheap. But then again, these Italian clubs, man, they're going to try and rip us apart. Just like all the other clubs. They will always try and rip us off. I don't know if the owners are going to just ball out that way. We got to let go of a lot of players first. We have to let go of a lot of players. Christian Pulisic, I think we need to make some money out of Christian Pulisic. We need to make some money out of Kai Havertz. We need to make some money out of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We need to make some money out of Conor Gallagher. Even Callum Hudson-Odoi, throw him in the mix. And once we get decent amount of money on all of these players, I think then only we can go into the market and perhaps get a striker. And then we are searching for a midfielder. See, this is why I think someone like Declan Rice, that's a fantasy, man. It really is a fantasy. Not going to be spending that much money. T1, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. We can always play with no striker. City did. Yeah, perhaps, but has Graham Potter ever played with a false nine? Hasn't he always sort of played with a striker? Danny Welbeck. I'm just trying to think. Has Graham Potter ever played with a false nine? Yeah, Sterling as a false nine. Look, false nine is not that easy to execute, man. You've got to be able to execute it. You really do. Just because Pep Guardiola was able to do in City, that doesn't mean that, oh, that's a walk in the park for us. We just do it. We just copy what Pep did. You think it's that easy? Yo, Graham Potter, just look at Pep, study his games from last season for the next, however many weeks, and just copy what City did, paste it on Man City. It ain't that easy, man. Only if life was that easy. Just copy paste. It's not that easy. Pep Guardiola is an unbelievable manager, man. Unbelievable manager. I know he's going through some tough times right now, but there's no doubt about how fantastic Pep Guardiola is. Valen, once again, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Why don't we target Yusuf Poulsen? It was him playing as a striker, and he made Werner and Nkunku look world class. He's cheap and he's physical to survive. Look, I think we will be going for a striker of that caliber, aren't we? Like, not the top of the range sort of strikers. I mean, the ones that we're getting linked with, even Ivan Toney, I think I would have to say he's top of the range. Ivan Toney is one of the premier strikers in the Premier League. He's one of the top strikers in the Premier League. Even he's not going to come cheap. But there's a massive question mark on Ivan Toney. What's going to happen with all his gambling charges? Is he going to get suspended? Unless that is resolved, I think it's a massive risk to take Ivan Toney. Once we get to understand what that situation is with his gambling charges, whether he gets suspended or whether he gets fined. If he gets fined, fine. Go and absolutely get Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney would kill it at Chelsea Football Club. But until then, Vlahovic. What's that brother? There was a lot of hype. What's that brother? Sesko. What's going on with Sesko? There seems to be nothing on Sesko anymore. Gunjal, thank you so much for the super chat. I'd rather sell my club than let Lukaku wear Chelsea blue ever again. Look, I definitely don't want him back, but I also think this guy doesn't want to come back either. I don't think Lukaku wants to play for Chelsea anyway, so don't worry about that. Jackie's saying no. I believe you're saying no for Sesko. Why? Why all of a sudden saying no to... Oh, yeah, he's going to Leipzig. Yes. He is going to Leipzig. Yep. He is going to Leipzig. And we're bringing in Nkunku, aren't we? Yeah. Sesko is incredible. Who else is out there these days? Who else is out there? Harry Kane looks like he's going to stick around at Spurs potentially. But he's never joining Chelsea, that's for sure. So that's never going to happen. But yeah, I mean, are we confident enough to trust someone like David Datra Fofana or even Armando Broja? What's your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. David Datra Fofana, Broja, are they going to be able to lead us on a season where we can contend for titles? Not just the Premier League, but across the field. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Mark Viduka, Miz, oh my days. That level of striker would have been great. Chelsea should sell Gallagher, Lukaku, Loftus-Cheek, Ziyech, Odoi, and sign Victor Osimhen and Declan Rice. Do you know what? If we are able to raise all that funds to buy both of these players, why not? But I think one of them can be bought, not two. Not two. You sell all of those players. I mean, look, Gallagher, we already know, 40 million, fine. Lukaku, what's his value now? Who's going to pay a lot of money for Lukaku? Lukaku is a massive problem for us. Huge, huge financial problem for us. Our only hope is Inter Milan loans him again for another season. He's on big wages too. He's killing us. In fact, he killed us. He killed us. So I don't know who's going to be in the market for Lukaku. The market for Lukaku ain't that good. At this stage, I wish Lukaku just retired. I wish Lukaku came to a mutual consent with us and just said, you know what, I'm looking at retirement. See you later. Come to a mutual agreement to terminate the contract. Exactly, Coldest. Terminate the contract. Come to a mutual agreement. But the man's making 300 bags. 300K a week. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't leaving that money, man. He ain't leaving that money. He's not killing us, means we are not paying any of Lukaku's wages. Oh, yeah, because he took a cut, didn't he? Did he take a wage cut, Lukaku? Yeah, I think Lukaku might have taken a wage cut, didn't he? He forgo, like he let go of half of his wages. I think Inter's paying half, and Lukaku the other half. He just said, don't worry about it. This is how much he doesn't want to be at Chelsea Football Club, and I don't want him to be at Chelsea Football Club, honestly. But if Inter Milan don't look to pay him, if Inter Milan don't look to loan him out again next season, then it's a massive problem for us. It's a massive problem. Rice is so overrated and overhyped. Look, I'm not going to lie. Rice is a good player. Is he overrated at times? Maybe, but he's a very good player. He is actually. I think, and I've told you guys this previously, I think a lot of my dislike towards Rice is because of how the English media and the English fans sometimes talk about this guy. And it's not even just English fans, it's people in social media as well. The way they, the way they talk this guy up, I think that's what annoys me. Some of the Chelsea fans who are not, they find it difficult to praise some of the Chelsea players. They go on, talk about this player nonstop. As soon as I talk about Declan Rice, look who's in the house. It's like telepathic. He knows his ears were burning. Declan Rice's name has been mentioned in one of the YouTube channel. His ears were burning, and his ear. My man Ibzy, good to see you, bro. My brother, good to see you. Miz bro, we should go as far. Miz bro, we should go as free for our club. One game you won, give me until we don't raise money. Fair enough. Ms. What of Kostic? What of Kostic? Do we need more left-sided players? There's Ian Martin, man. Ian Martin somehow needs to be a Chelsea football team next season. Someone's got to sacrifice. Cucurella, Chilwell, Ian Martin's got to come in. If one of these brothers, Cucurella, Chilwell, is not cutting it, well, I'm sorry. Someone's got to make a move, unless we're thinking about letting go of Ian Martin. I think that would be an absolute shame. Ian Martin is killing it in Burnley, man. He's absolutely ripping it apart. Probably Burnley's most important player. Vincent Kompany is in love with Ian Martin, and Burnley are looking to come back to the Premier League under Vincent Kompany. And Martin, is going to be a big, big player for that drive to lift them from Championship back to the Premier League. I would seriously think about having Vincent Kompany back at Chelsea Football Club. I don't know if I would sell him. I would definitely think about extending his contract. If I'm Todd Bowley, I'm thinking about extending Ian Martin's contract, give him 60 contract or whatever it is. I don't know if we can do those 5-year stuff. The 8-9 years or 7-8 years. Just give him 5 years. Give him an extra 5 years. Means, can we try Rafael as a striker? No, I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. Rafael is the strongest when he's on that left side. I don't think he's built to be a striker. I think he would absolutely stink as a striker. Personally saying, I think some of these wingers, we tend to think that they can easily be strikers. I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. Milan fans saying that they have Giroud and Ibra as strikers, so they can't use Leao as a 9, and also he's so physical. I don't think he could be. His ultimate weapon is space and a lot of pace. He loves driving at people. What's he going to do playing as a striker? He's just going to get marked out of the game. Defenders are just going to be all over him. I think that's a bad shout. Mitoma on fire. The next big player at Brighton, for sure. Mitoma. Feels like you have something against Chilwell. The boy is... Feels like I have something against Chilwell. Where do these people... I don't understand. Do people just... see me for 1 minute and then just make a judgment on me? Feels like you have something against Chilwell. What did I even say against Chilwell? What is going on here? The boy is class. Just let him let down by injuries. Cucurella, yes, he has been average, but Ben has been great. Honestly, I see what you're saying, Travis. I see. You like Chilwell, but you don't like Cucurella. I can guess where you might be from. You like Chilwell, but you don't like Cucurella. I think I understand. I think I get what you're trying to say. Yeah. I've said it many times already. Cucurella's got to lift his game. I've not even said anything outrageous about Chilwell. I think Chilwell should be given an opportunity. But I'm not going to close my eyes and act blind, like as if there hasn't been injuries on Chilwell and as if it's not going to be difficult for him to find that same form back. But out of Chilwell and Cucurella, if one of them is suffering at the end of this season, they're going to have to make the way for Ian Martin. I'm sorry. And if that's Cucurella, so be it. I want Chilwell to now get an opportunity ahead of Cucurella. Because Cucurella from the left side, just not providing us that impetus that we need. That brother is so passive lately. He can't even tuck into the midfield. Too many sideways passes. He should be looking at forward passes consistently, especially to his winger Mudryk whenever he plays with him. But then there's other problem. Mount's taking up Mudryk's position. So this is where Graham Potter, my man, we have spent so much money. The amount where you can buy a private island, as what Shiro said in Big Six, it was mad. I can't get over that comment, man. I can't get over that comment. Graham Potter needs to find a solution tactically. And if he sees players ridiculously moving around, not following orders, they need to be put away. Balan, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Everyone forgot Cuckoo has been through something. Yeah, and that too. Cucurella has been sick, and there's been some personal issues as well. I believe it's a new club. Manager changed too. Which Brighton players have succeeded after leaving Brighton? They are a system team. Well, we'll see what happens with Trossard, but I suppose Trossard going to a system team as well, isn't he? Well, it's gone to a system team. So I'm not judging you, Miz. You said Ian would be better. I have nothing against you at all, Miz. You talk a lot of sense. And no, I'm not English law. You, Eunice, and Matisse talk sense. I respect you, bro. But I didn't say Martin would be better. I'm saying Ian Martin is having a blinder of a season at Burnley. He has to be in the conversation next season to be part of the squad. Are you telling me, Travis, that when preseason starts and if Burnley is promoted to the Premier League and Ian Martin is potentially the player of the season for Burnley so far and ends up being that once he comes walking down to Cobham and you see him walking down, if say you're the coach, you're just going to shut the door on him and say, you're not coming into preseason. You're going to get sold. Ian Martin's got to be in the mix, brother. Ian Martin has to be in the mix. Right now, watch the way Ian Martin is playing. Incredible. Defensively really good, and going forward, electric. And Championship is no mug of a league at all. It's no mug of a league. Sam, thank you so much for the super chat. Would have appreciated a comment. Let's see what you guys have to say now. So, who could we sell to accommodate Martin, Nkunku, or Chilwell? Which City interest if we were to come to such a dilemma? Look, I don't know. Only time will tell. By the end of the season, we should have a greater picture as to what's going to happen. If both ball out, if both Chilwell and Cucurella do well, then we have an issue, don't we? Then we're potentially going to have to look at maybe letting go of Ian Martin. But I would seriously think about giving Ian Martin an extended contract and then maybe give him a Premier League loan. I'm pretty sure he might be okay to go on loan to Burnley for one more season under Vincent Kompany if Burnley gets promoted in the Premier League, which I think they will. Martin is a baller. I'd take Harvey Vale over Cucurella. What has happened to Harvey Vale as well, man? If Potter gets sacked, who's your pick? Hansi Flick. Who's your pick? Hansi Flick, Pep, Mourinho, or Luis Enrique? Look, couple of names I think we can eliminate. First of all, Pep. Pep ain't coming to Chelsea. Would I take him? That would be my first pick. Pep Guardiola, the greatest, the GOAT, the greatest of all time managers. I would love to see him at Chelsea Football Club. It's a fantasy. It will never happen. I think once he finishes up with Man City, whether he walks, whether he's got a contract extension over there. If Man City are not found guilty, he's probably going to stick around. But after Man City, I'm pretty certain Pep Guardiola is going to take a break. I'm pretty certain. So as much as I want him, I don't think it's going to happen. I would love to see Mourinho 3.0, but I know the consequences. Mourinho coming back again. First season could be a bit of a adjustment. Second season, we're potentially going to win the league. And then third season is going to be a calamity. Am I willing to go through that again? Probably not. And football has kind of left him as well. I think some of his ideologies, football has gone way beyond now. So it's between Hansi Flick and Luis Enrique. Both are very, very good. But I think, as Ryan has mentioned to me a few times already, this team is probably suited to a Hansi Flick team, isn't it? This team looks like a Hansi Flick team. Look at the damage that Hansi Flick did in Bayern Munich. So, yeah. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, bottom line, we're going to wrap things up. Too many 10s, I suppose. Nkunku, Joao Felix, Havertz, I don't know what the future holds. Even Joao Felix, I hope he becomes a Chelsea player. If Joao Felix becomes a Chelsea player, I think Havertz is gone. If Joao Felix is a permanent player, then we have Nkunku as well. They both have similar characteristics. Can they coexist? Joao Felix can play on the wing. I guess Nkunku can play also just behind the striker, out in the wings as well. But I think just behind the striker is where Nkunku really flourishes. So we could potentially look for a striker. Question marks in regards to Armando Broja and how he comes back from injury. And question marks over David Datra Fofana as to if he is capable of leading us to a title contendership run next season. So yeah, things to look out for next season. I'm going to wrap this up. We've got All You Can Eat Chelsea coming up very soon, so do look out for that. That Bayern Munich team in Champions League was so good. It was unbelievable. It was filthy good. Filthy good. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, so subscribe. And if you're, make sure you subscribe and make sure to hit the bell notification to keep in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.